Okay, so this is team challenge number 9, how to determine the sequence of amino acids in a peptide. There's a number of series of clues. The first thing to do is to figure out how many amino acids you have. So I have, I believe, 20 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, sorry, only 16 in this one. So there are 16 amino acids. I am going to put a dash for each amino acid. Oh man, that was so close. Now I follow the clues as they come up. The first clue, treatment with aminopeptidase gives me isoleucine. That gives me my first amino acid, and this is a huge clue. It really gets things going. That's all I can do with it though. The next clue tells me about cyanogen bromide, which cuts after methionine. So really all it tells me, I already knew there were 2 methionines, that's going to give me 3 pieces. But I know that the one that has the isoleucine is the first one. So that's that last peptide there. And it's got 5 amino acids in it, so I don't know what the middle 3 are, but I do know the last one there has to be methionine. And I look at the peptide that doesn't have methionine in it, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long. And so I know methionine must have come right before that. And presumably there are 6 amino acids in the other peptide containing methionine, which there are. All I can tell about from this piece. All right, the next clue says that treatment with trypsin, which cuts after lysine and arginine, gives free serine. Well, the only way to give free serine is if it cuts right before it and it's on the end. So I know serine's on the end. All right, now what I generally do is look for my isoleucine, look for my first amino acid, and that comes in the third of those peptides listed. And so it has to have lysine on the end, which means the glycine has to be second to it. Other than that, I can't tell a whole lot at the moment, okay? I'm going to go to the next one. Chymotrypsin cuts after phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan. And I'm going to look for this set of amino acids. That's the bottom peptide again. There are 7 amino acids in that peptide. The last one of them must be tryptophan. So that puts tryp here, okay? This one ought to be easy. I'm going to go back to that first cyanogen bromide cleavage, and the other amino acid here is histidine. I'm going to go back to my chymotrypsin one, and it's going to tell me that the other amino acid in this is valine. So I'm really quickly working up from this end. Okay, so what else do I know here? I'm going to try and find the serine. Serine's at the end, and there are 2 amino acids before it. I don't know what they are, but the one that came before that must have been the phenylalanine. Right here. Okay. The next clue says that V8 endopeptidase, which cuts after glutamate, gives me these 2 peptides. The bottom one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, has its glue right here. And that's got to be glutamate, not glutamine. It's GLX in the amino acid analysis, because we don't know about that amide group, but it's actually got to be glutamate. And that leaves all the other stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go back and look at my cyanogen bromides again. Okay, I recognize this Vail trip glue thing. Where does that occur? That occurs in the top peptide from cyanogen bromide. It's got 6 amino acids, and so far I can't figure out where. I've got the trip, I got the Vail, I got the glue, I've got an arginine cis to go in here. Well, an arginine is going to be from trypsin, so I've got to look at that one to try and find the same series of amino acids. His, met, Vail, trip, glue. In trypsin, that is the top peptide. There are 6 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this makes this arginine, which makes this cis. We're really screaming along here. So I'm going to try now and find this tryptic peptide that has cis and met in it. And there I see the cis met. It's all of this stuff at the end. So it's not really going to help me very much. What about the chymotrypsin? Let's go back to that. Chymotrypsin cleaved after tryptophan and after phenylalanine, but there's also this bit here. Oh, there's a lysine in here down at the end. That's what I'm missing from the free. The lysine's got to be right here. And then before that was ASX with an ammonia, which makes it ASN. There's only one thing I'm not getting here, which is this peptide, which is a peptide generated by chymotrypsin, and the one that has glue-argin cis in it, the top one also has a leucine that must be right here. So the way this works is you go through the clues, you get what you can from the clue and you move on, and then you start going backwards and saying, oh wait a second, I now recognize this peptide and now I know the order of ones in that one. So it's this iterative logic problem where you sort of solve what you can, go forward, come back, figure out what you can until you can piece them all together. That's how you do a sequence problem.